In the aftermath of this weekend's horrific shooting, once again, many people, including the governor of New York, are expressing concern about the role that social media is playing into this. Evan Kozloff from our sister station in Washington, D.C. has been digging into the hate speech policies for many of the big social media platforms and is here now as part of our Verify team. Evan, thanks for coming in and helping us.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and if you look on social media, you're going to see a lot of outrage, and obviously mostly that's directed at the shooter, but there's also concern about what social media companies are doing and, more importantly, what they're not doing.
Take posts like this, saying social media companies, quote, have their hands dirtied in blood. Another user asked, quote, how is it a question whether social media companies have a role to play in minimizing hate and extremism? So let's verify, what are the policies on hate speech for some of the biggest social media platforms? Our sources are a duo of experts on extremism and radicalization. We also read through the hate speech policies of 6 major platforms. Let's start with Twitch. The Buffalo shooter used this platform to live stream the horrific attack. On their website, Twitch writes that the company, quote, prioritizes minimizing harm to our users over our users' freedom of expression, writing that they prohibit behavior, quote, motivated by hatred, prejudice, or intolerance. That could be a post calling for violence, a hateful image like a swastika, or a post which dehumanizes or makes another community out to be inferior. We read through the guidelines for other well-known platforms like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Reddit, and found similar policies.
We have seen that they are struggling over the last few years to deal with it just because of the sheer amount of hate that's on there. But in general, they do try and address these problems.
But our experts say there's far less moderation on many less mainstream platforms which are out there.
4chan, the Chans, and other types of unregulated chat programs like Telegram or Gab. These sorts of things, although they aren't, evil in and of themselves, a lot of people use them for completely benign purposes. The fact that they are, in some cases, encrypted, in some cases, completely unmoderated, it can make it the Wild West for individuals who want to find this kind of material on those spaces.
Our experts say that all this matters because content online can quickly turn into action offline.
A lone actor will often take up an ideology and then act on behalf of that ideology without even engaging with any other individuals in the group offline.
So we can verify that many of these mainstream sites do have policies to restrict hate speech, but the struggle is finding it when there's just so much content out there. As for those less moderated platforms, that continues to be a major concern for those monitoring extremism online. Michael?
All right, Evan, thank you for that explanation.